If you've been feeling like no matter what you do, nothing seems to change, if you've been working harder and harder but somehow life keeps throwing the same problems at you over and over again, or if you're exhausted from trying to fix everything and everyone around you, I'm going to share something with you today that completely transformed my understanding of reality. And I'm not talking about some theory or concept. I'm talking about a shift so profound that it changed my entire life in a single moment. I'm speaking to you today as someone who spent over a decade chasing success, thinking that if I could just get the right strategy, the right mentor, the right opportunity, everything would fall into place. I went from working 3 jobs just to pay rent to building multiple businesses. I've studied with quantum physicists, worked with spiritual teachers, and spent hundreds of thousands of dollars on personal development. But there was one moment, one single realization that made everything click. Before we go deeper, if you're someone who's ready to stop playing small and finally understand how reality actually works, hit that subscribe button right now. This isn't surface-level content. This is for people who are ready to see the truth about how we create our experience of life. Let me take you back to about 8 years ago. I was sitting in a small coffee shop in Boulder, Colorado, talking to a friend of mine who's a neuroscientist. I was complaining about how I kept attracting the same type of clients, the ones who would demand everything, pay late, and create drama. And I remember saying, I don't understand why this keeps happening to me. I'm a good person. I work hard. Why do I keep attracting these nightmare clients? And he looked at me with this slight smile and said something that at first made me want to throw my coffee at him. He said, "You're not attracting them. You're creating them." I was furious. What do you mean I'm creating them? I didn't ask for this. These people are just difficult. But he didn't back down. He said, listen, there's something called the observer effect in quantum physics. When scientists observe particles at the quantum level, the act of observation literally changes the behavior of those particles. Your expectation, your focus, your belief about what's going to happen actually influences what does happen. Every time you meet a new client, you're already looking for the signs that they're going to be difficult. You're already bracing yourself for the drama. And guess what? Your brain, your energy, your entire nervous system is set up to prove that story right. Now I want you to check in with yourself for a second. How many times have you said things like, "This always happens to me," or "People always let me down," or "I never have enough money," or "My relationships always end the same way"? According to a study published in the Journal of Personality and Social Psychology in 2019, researchers found that our expectations about future events significantly alter our perception and even the actual outcomes of those events. In other words, what we expect is often what we get. Not because the universe is magic, although maybe it is, but because our expectations shape our attention, our behavior, and our interpretation of everything that happens. So my friend asked me a question that changed everything. He said, what if instead of looking for evidence that your clients are going to be difficult, you started looking for evidence that they're going to be amazing? What if you walked into every interaction expecting ease, expecting collaboration, expecting things to work out? And this is where it gets really interesting. Dr. Joe Dispenza, who's done incredible work on the neuroscience of change, says that our personality creates our personal reality. And our personality is made up of how we think, how we act, and how we feel. So if you keep thinking the same thoughts, doing the same things, and feeling the same emotions, you're going to keep creating the same reality. Your brain is literally wired to seek out evidence for whatever you already believe. It's called confirmation bias. If you believe people can't be trusted, your brain will find every instance where someone let you down and ignore all the times people showed up for you. If you believe money is hard to make, your brain will focus on every expense, every loss, every obstacle, and miss every opportunity sitting right in front of you. So I decided to run an experiment. For the next 30 days, I was going to assume that every new client I talked to was going to be my dream client. Not fake it, not pretend, but genuinely look for the evidence that they were a great fit. And you know what happened? Within 2 weeks, I signed 3 clients who were not only easy to work with but referred multiple other amazing clients to me. Nothing about my strategy changed. Nothing about my marketing changed. The only thing that changed was my expectation, my focus, my attention. And that shifted everything. Now I know some of you might be thinking, okay, but what about real problems? What about when bad things actually happen? Here's the truth. Life is going to present challenges. That's inevitable. But the situation itself is not the problem. Your relationship to the situation is the problem. Let me say that again because this is critical. The situation itself is not the problem. Your relationship to the situation is the problem. Carl Jung, one of the greatest psychologists of all time, said that what you resist persists. If you're in constant battle with your reality, if you're constantly wishing things were different, you lock yourself into that reality. You feed it with your attention, and it doesn't change. According to the American Psychological Association's 2023 Stress in America report, 67% of adults say they feel more stressed than they did 5 years ago. And the top sources of stress aren't actually external circumstances. They're internal, things like feeling out of control, worrying about the future, and replaying past events. If you're getting value from this right now, hit that like button. It helps more people who need to hear this find it. And drop a comment below telling me what pattern you keep experiencing in your life. So here's the exact practice I started using. Every single morning, before I check my phone, before I do anything else, I sit for 5 minutes and I ask myself one question. What am I expecting today? And then I write down whatever comes up. Most of my expectations were negative. I was expecting traffic to be bad. I was expecting my team to need something from me. I was expecting problems. I was expecting stress. And then I realized, oh my God, I'm programming my day before it even starts. So I added a second part. After I write down what I'm expecting, I consciously choose a new expectation. I say out loud, today I expect ease. Today I expect flow. Today I expect surprising moments of joy. Today I expect solutions to appear. And at first it felt ridiculous. But within a week, I started noticing ease where there used to be resistance. I started noticing opportunities one would have completely missed before. Dr. Bruce Lipton, a cellular biologist, explains that our beliefs literally control our biology. He says the function of the mind is to create coherence between our beliefs and our reality. This isn't woo-woo. This is science. A 2021 study from Stanford University found that people who were told they had genetic markers for high endurance performed significantly better on physical tasks than those told they had markers for low endurance, even when the genetic information given was false. The belief alone changed their physical performance. Now I want to give you a framework. I call it the 3 Rs. Recognize, redirect, rewire. First, recognize when you're in a negative expectation loop. Notice when you catch yourself saying things always go wrong, or this never works. Just notice it. Second, redirect your attention. Ask yourself, what if this works out? What if this person surprises me? You're not pretending the challenge isn't there. You're just opening your mind to other possibilities. Third, rewire through repetition. You have to practice it consistently until it becomes your new default pattern. Neuroscience tells us it takes about 66 days of consistent repetition to form a new habit. And here's what's incredible. When you start practicing this, you'll notice synchronicities. You'll notice the right people showing up at the right time. You'll notice ideas coming to you out of nowhere. Deepak Chopra calls this living in the field of infinite possibilities. When you stop collapsing reality into one fixed outcome based on your past experiences, you allow life to surprise you. Here's the truth that nobody wants to hear. You are not a victim of your circumstances. You are a creator of your experience. And I know that can be hard to accept, especially if you've been through real trauma, real loss, real pain. What I'm saying is that you have more power than you think to change what happens next. So here's my challenge for you. For the next 7 days, I want you to practice the morning expectation exercise. Write down what you're currently expecting. Then consciously choose a new expectation. Say it out loud. And then throughout the day, notice what shows up. At the end of the 7 days, come back to this video and leave a comment telling me what shifted for you. And if you're serious about mastering this, if you want to go deeper into rewiring your brain and creating a completely different reality, I've created a program that walks you through this step by step. It's called the Reality Architect Blueprint. You can find the link in the description below. It's a 30-day system that combines neuroscience, quantum physics, and ancient wisdom to help you stop reacting to life and start creating it. Before you go, make sure you subscribe to this channel. Hit that notification bell. Like this video if it resonated with you. Share it with someone who's stuck in a negative loop and needs to hear this message. And drop a comment below. Tell me what you're expecting to create in your life starting today. Look, life doesn't have to be as hard as you're making it. You have more power than you realize. And it all starts with what you expect. So expect miracles. Expect ease. Expect transformation. Because I promise you, what you expect is what you'll create. Thank you so much for being here with me today. I'll see you in the next one.